Hi, I'm Louisa Sijabat, a liquidator and bankruptcy trustee. So today's question is, if I have to go through bankruptcy, once my bankruptcy is finished, do I have the ability to get a home loan in the future? So the answer to this question is that it depends on what your financial situation is at the time you go to get the loan in the future. The bankruptcy in and of itself doesn't automatically rule you out of getting a home loan at some stage in the future. When you go for your loan, the lender will look at the usual things that they look at for any person looking to borrow from them. So things like, what deposit have you saved, what are your income and expenses, and what's your ability to service the loan. Now, on a lot of the application forms, there'll be a box or some question that says, have you been bankrupt currently or at any time in the past, typically say 10 years, but it'll depend on what the lender wants to ask. So if you have been through bankruptcy, the truthful answer is yes to this question. So do tick yes on that box. Now, this will depend on what the lender's lending criteria is at the time. For some lenders, they may choose not to proceed at that point, but that's okay. That's their lending criteria. They're allowed to lend how they choose to lend. There are, though, other lenders who ask for an explanation as to the cause of the bankruptcy. For example, did that person provide personal guarantees for a business that's now ceased, and hence it wasn't, say, due to their out-of-control spending habits personally or something like that. And sometimes what they might do, though, is the ability to offer a loan, but it might be at a higher interest rate to compensate for the fact that they might think that you're slightly higher credit risk because there have been amounts that you haven't repaid in the past. There are also specific lenders tailored for people who don't have perfect credit histories as well. Sometimes they might charge a bit higher in interest and fees, and some people, I've anecdotally been told, have then, after establishing some sort of repayment history, been able to refinance with a more mainstream lender or at a lower interest rate or on better terms and conditions generally. So, in summary, the answer to this question is not an automatic no. The answer to this question is it depends on that person's financial situation at the time they go for the loan and on the lender's lending criteria.